Here's a wild thought for you. Could your college major actually predict whether you'll cheat in a relationship? It's an uncomfortable question for sure, but today we're going to dive into it by looking at two very different ways of thinking. We're going to see how the way we're trained to see the world might just engineer our loyalty.
For a lot of people, love just happens. It's this incredible kind of chaotic thing that you get swept up in. It's something you fall into. You don't plan it, you don't build it, you just fall. But then there's the other side of the coin. For some people, love is a series of decisions. It's a landscape you have to navigate, a value that needs to be assessed. It's not any less real or profound, it's just wired differently. And that's where our story really begins.
All right, so first up, let's meet Tashin. He's our science guy. And for him, love isn't just a feeling. Oh no, it is a system, a carefully, finely tuned system that he has built from the ground up.
See, Tashin's entire world is governed by logic. For years, he's been solving problems where one tiny, unstable variable can make the whole thing just collapse. So he brings that same mindset to his relationships. Stability is everything, and a short-term impulse, well, that's just a massive risk to the whole long-term project.
And this is where it gets really fascinating. Think about that metaphor for a second. For Tashin, cheating isn't just a moral slip-up. It's a technical failure. It's like introducing a bug into your own software, corrupting the very data you depend on. It's an act of pure self-sabotage that literally goes against his core programming.
So when this guy says, "I love you," it's not just some sweet nothing. He's basically handing you a lifetime warranty on his commitment. It's final, it's permanent, no returns, no exchanges. It's an absolute guarantee.
Okay, now let's completely switch gears and look at a totally different picture. Meet Zunairah. She's our commerce student, and she's just as brilliant as Tashin, but her operating system, it's coded in a language of markets, value, and strategy. Zunairah's world is all about assessing value, managing assets, and understanding something called opportunity cost. That's the idea that for every single choice you make, you're giving up the value of the next best thing. She sees the world and maybe even relationships as a marketplace of options. And boom, right there you see the clash. For Tashin, loyalty is like a law of physics. It's a constant. But for Zunairah, it's a strategic decision. It's an investment she's making, and she's expecting a return on that emotional capital. And this is really the key to understanding her. If the relationship, the investment, stops paying out a good emotional return on investment, her training kicks in and says, time to reevaluate the portfolio. Now, this doesn't make her evil or a bad person. It makes her a strategist. She's just applying the rules she's mastered to, well, the most complex market there is, human connection. So you've got these two totally different brains, right? What happens when you throw the exact same problem at them? Say, temptation? Let's dig into the psychology that's been hardwired into them by their education. I mean, just look at what their education hammers into them, day after day. Tashin's world of science is all about delayed gratification. Patience is a virtue, and avoiding any risk that could destroy a years-long experiment. Zunairah's world of commerce? It's kind of the opposite. It teaches you to manage risk, keep an eye on the competition, and be ready to switch things up, to pivot the second a better opportunity comes along. And here's the payoff of all that training. When temptation comes knocking, Tashin immediately sees a red flag. It's a critical threat, a risk of catastrophic system failure. But Zunairah, processing that exact same information, might see a potential alternative investment that, at least deserves a second look. Okay, let's have a little fun with this. Some dark humor, if you will. Imagine their love life is a lab experiment. Tashin would treat his relationship like one single sacred sample. You protect it at all costs. Do not touch. Zunairah, on the other hand, might be a little curious, What if we just ran a test on another sample? For comparison, just to make sure we have the best data. Or how about this? Think of it like a really long exam. Tashin is the student who will commit to one subject and study it deeply for 10 years until he's mastered it. Zunairah, well, she's the strategist. She might just check first if there's a more efficient path, maybe an easier syllabus that leads to the same A+ grade. It's deep focus versus strategic optimization. Okay, so we've been playing with these ideas, the science guy, the commerce girl, but let's cut through all that, beyond the labs and the stock tickers. What is really truly going on here? What's the dramatic truth behind why one person stays and another might not? After all this, it really seems like we're watching a battle between two college departments, right? A scientist versus a business strategist.
But is that really what this is all about? Is it that simple?
Nope, not even close. The simple answer is that their majors, they're just a stand-in for something much, much deeper. This isn't about what they learned. It's about how they learned to think. It all comes down to mindset.
This is the true divide. This is what it all boils down to. On one hand, you have the system thinker. For them, love is a massive project. It's something to be built piece by piece and then protected from anything that could tear it down. And on the other hand, you have the transactional thinker. For them, love is a portfolio of emotional assets. And like any good portfolio, it needs to be managed and it needs to be optimized for the best possible returns.
And that brings us right back to Tashin. He won't cheat. Not because he's a better person or because he isn't capable of it. He won't cheat because for a true system thinker, love isn't just another choice in the marketplace of life. It is a fundamental law of his personal universe. It's like gravity. It's constant, it's unavoidable, and it's permanent. It's the force that holds his entire world together. The only question left is, which world do you live in?